Book your driving lesson now
at dla-driving.co.uk.
Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Hello and welcome to Over in the Town. A good weekend of football, I think, as we took all 3 points at Burton Albion with a somewhat, I think, emphatic 3-0 win for the Hatters. Solid performance across the pitch, and at last Nordas gets off the mark too. We're going to talk about that game in a little bit more detail. We asked you, given our performance of the weekend, are you feeling a little bit more optimistic about our chances this season? We've got your answers to all that as well later on in the show. And as we're recording, the transfer deadline window has just closed. Some unexpected transactions may be going on at Kenilworth Road. Nothing really confirmed. We're going to try and keep up to date with that as the pod goes on. The window's shut just a moment ago. We're going to give you our thoughts on that. We have your 3-word reviews and much more, but we will get to the transfer window towards the end of this podcast. I think it's quite important to speak about it. So let's get going. If you're looking on YouTube, you can see we're back to a full house. Everybody's back off their holidays. Steve, Darren and Bataro. And look at Steve's tan.
It's not a tan, it's Marmite.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a bit like you, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, very good.
Thanks to
Darren. Sorry about saying unfortunately Darren was in Wales, so he's a little bit ginger tan.
I would say that's probably rust. The weekend, I don't like saying must win this early in the season, but it was a must win. You're going to Burton Albion, you're thinking you've got to stake it and make it good and come away there with a positive performance, because let's be honest, the negativity around the club has been horrendous, hasn't it? I got through that whole intro, by the way, without mentioning trees, which I thought was quite good. Darren, did it inspire you at the weekend?
I think I don't know whether it inspired me. It was job done, like you were saying. It was we should, and I know this is going to sound, but we should be going to Burton and winning.
First time we have, though.
Very true, very true. But we should be going there and doing it. We did it very efficiently. We needed to do it with the break coming up and coming off a defeat. So it just felt like job done. It could have been even better. Hit the post twice. But it just felt very efficient, very needed, not perfect, but we can go into this break fairly happy and comfortable. I think.
Mm-hmm. Good away day, Steve. A lovely new kit, in my opinion. I know you disagree with me, but I like it. And I think we played all right.
It was the best performance of the season. We played well second half at Peterborough, but this was our best performance. By no imagination was it awesome. You know, that they were a bang average side.
Worse than that.
I thought Peterborough offered more than Burton. But what I did like, 5 seconds into the game, you got Jerry Yates charging a ball down from the keeper. And how many times have we all said for the last 2 or 3 seasons, for us, tempo and aggression is key. And it set the stall out. You know, that got charged down. There was a big cheer from the crowd, and that was it. So we were on them. Some of the passing wasn't great, but it was better. It was a better performance. And, I mean, it really was so comfortable at the back.
Bataro, when I mentioned the green kit, you waved your hands. You don't know what to say about that.
I'm still in two minds over it. I'll be honest. It's a little bit too green in my opinion. But then again, I am colourblind, so it may not be.
I actually don't mind it. I generally don't mind it. I thought it looked right. I was worried about the colour against the pitch and whatever, but it was fine. You know, I thought it was right.
It's different, yeah.
Look, in my mind, it's ridiculous we haven't got a white kit. But saying that we haven't got a white kit doesn't make sense. However, I didn't mind the green kit.
Yeah, we're having a white kit next season, so that's
I was going to say about time. Well, I say about time.
It's just by
next year.
let's be fair. It's just a kit, really. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, like I say, I thought it'd be a white kit. I think that's what I was more disappointed about. But disappointed, maybe that's a bit too strong. But I don't know. It's the fact that it just reminds me of a Forest Green Rovers kit. I'll be honest.
But I think in one of your anniversary years, that's when you really should
black and white
nod your hat to tradition.
When we're being told we're going back to our heritage and things like that, and like you say, traditions and everything, to not have a white kit.
Yeah,
we just got a load of leaves instead around the stadium.
It's mixed messages from one end of the club to the other.
Yeah,
sold out there.
Dave's so defensive over it.
No, I like it. I genuinely like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it as a kit.
Don't think I didn't see you boys having a little argument about it on the group chat the other day as well. I think it was Dave. I think you. I don't know. It was both of you. I think it was you, Darren. Was it? Or was it you, Steve?
Mainly Steve. Look,
say you didn't like it. Dave was like, "No, he's sitting in person. He's getting right arsey about it." It really made me laugh. To be fair, but yeah.
Let's have a look at your 3-word review.
Thanks for asking me, Dave.
Well, I was going to ask you.
Okay, well, no, I think the kit is vile. I hate it.
Yeah, you had the opportunity, Steve, to say that when we were talking.
No, you did not ask me. So I'm telling you, I hate the kit. I think it's vile, and I think it should be white.
And this is what I saw via WhatsApp the other day. Everyone.
Exactly. 3-word review.
There we go. Would you like to do them? And there's a 3-word reviews are from Burton 0, Luton Town 3. Here we go. Ben, absolutely bloody tremendous. JP, terrific attacking display. Please don't do anymore. David, shoots of improvement. JMO, dreaming green. Logie, who needs white? Fiona, as he came home, brilliant. Martin, moaning may stop. Mark, thank you, Mark. Dave was right. Sam, planting the foundations. Oh, for goodness sake. And Jack, 12 from 6. If you'd like to pick one each.
There's a lot about trees in there. I've got to say, Steve, some of the songs on Saturday were superb. All about the trees, and we're planting more trees. And we're going to win 3-0.
Yeah, as a one-off, quite amusing. Why did the people who chose to sing Green Army do it in a southwest accent? Because they did.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they did.
The songs and the gimmicks were right.
I was half expecting to see 500 Ginster pasties being held up in the air as well. But
very good, everyone, on those songs, I must say. But it's a one-off, and then it probably won't happen next time. My 3-word review, I'll go 12 from 6. Oh, sorry. Is that yours? I'll go 12 from 6. And again, we're not playing great. We've still got to see how this transfer window pans out. But we're getting points. Some that we should be, some we're working for. But, 2 points a game at the end of the season puts you on 92 points. That puts you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe
automatic, to be fair.
If it's a poor season, maybe automatics.
Also, I'm trying to think what was the points tally last season for automatic.
I don't know, but if it's 2 points a game, it's going to put us where we probably should be at the end of the season. So look, we still haven't hit the ground running yet. So could we get more than 2 points a game by the end of the season? Possibly. So look, in that sense, things are looking all right.
Yeah.
Steve?
I choose also 12 from 6 because there's nothing to do with trees, so I like that one. And it's also worth pointing out Mark's one, Dave was right, because it's seldom the case. So if he is referring to you, then
he's definitely referring to me.
Then it does need to be pointed out because it doesn't happen a lot.
Thank you. And Vitaro.
Not much now, am I? Other than bloody tree jokes.
I'd also said 3-0, and I was almost desperate for it to be 4-0, so Dave wouldn't get it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Planting the foundations. Just simply because another clean sheet, another solid display.
That's 4 clean sheets in 6 games. I think that's pretty good, isn't it?
It is.
The fact that we actually scored more than 2 goals this time in the game.
Should have been more.
When was the last time we scored 3? Did anyone know?
West Brom away, last game of last season.
Okay, yeah, fair enough then.
Yeah, and all 3 of those completely waste of time,
Some changes from the Cardiff game. Naismith, Walsh and Wells left out, and Kudo, Nelson and Yates come in. And Steve, as you said earlier, the initial start was frenetic. Is that a good word, frenetic? The way that Yates went after that goalkeeper, again, Bloomfield must have done his homework on that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Yates is that sort of player. He's a real sort of terrier. He's not performing to the level he would want anywhere near, and I'm sure we'll miss the 2-yard one that he missed. But the work that he puts in, again, I think he does sort of make some good runs. So I think he's going to be one of those players that when he gets 1 or 2, he's just going to go on a run. It's stupid that he hasn't had a full pre-season. I don't understand why that would be the case. But it set the stall out. Right from that moment, we had the ball, we dominated the ball, we passed it about. I thought Clark, throughout the afternoon, was really influential. I mean, the third goal will come to. It was a dream the way he started that off as well. But yeah, we were never out of control, apart from a couple of times when they swung balls over to the far post, where an out of position, Ali was probably supposed to be in that area, and that's where we were potentially exposed by not having a proper wing back or full back.
Yeah. I think we set up slightly different. And can I just say, Zach Nelson?
I was about to say about him.
What a game! I don't think he got man of the match, but he was my man of the match. He was unbelievable. It just looked like him and Clark were playing a little bit more forwards, almost like 2/8 or something like that. It just looked like we were playing a little bit more attacking than we have been, but still in that 5-3-2 or whatever we're playing. But it just looked like they were a little bit forwards, and Nelson had that freedom to do a bit of work, and he hit the post early on, obviously got his goal. I think it made a massive difference having him in there playing like that.
Would you say it was obviously down to Burton as well, the way they set up? They were a lot more deeper than teams that have obviously come to Kenilworth Road recently.
Mate, the quality is dreadful.
Well, yeah, apart from that, obviously, don't get me wrong, I didn't see the whole game, I didn't manage to get there, but I managed to catch obviously quite a lot of the game. Obviously my son.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, however they set up, they were poor. They really offered nothing. It was very hit and hope.
They were there for the taking as well. We could have easily scored a lot more, easily.
Yeah.
Like you say, obviously we'll get into the chances, but Jerry Yates as well. Oh God.
Burton fans and Burton Albion will say, they've just lost to a team that was in the Premier League. We're getting this all the time. Was in the Premier League 2 seasons ago.
That team wasn't, though, is it?
No, we know that.
Yeah.
And the parachute payments, and we know we haven't really spent that. So the team really just stepped up, and it's about time, isn't it, that we feel that, we look at the season so far, people have been moaning, but actually we haven't done that bad.
No.
We just haven't had that performance like Saturday in the home games, which we want, and we haven't had that domination of a game that we had Saturday.
This is what we said, though, didn't we? So we probably get a lot more success away from home as well. Obviously, teams will come out, they'll open up a little bit more against you. But
apart from that lovely volley that Nelson got against QPR, which I think was in the cup,
it was cup.
He hasn't impressed me, at all. He hasn't impressed me. I've not seen anything from him personally. That on Saturday was the first time that he's really had an impact on the game. And I'm not just talking about the shot and the goal. He was so much more looking for the ball, getting the ball and moving it on.
But that's his position. I think he's been played at wing back, and it's been played all over the place.
Left wing as well.
I think an 8 is his position.
So... And I loved his goal. We'll go into it in greater detail, but I loved the way he burst into that area. It was almost how what's his name? Curly, long-haired.
Curly, long-haired.
For who?
For us from years ago.
Midfielder, striker.
Midfielder. Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. I love the way he burst into that area and demanded the ball.
Must be a scouser or something.
Cameron McGeehan, thank you. Curly hair. How many more clues do you want?
It's a little bit wavy, man. It wasn't curly.
No, I would have gone with how many more clues do you want?
Broken leg at Portsmouth, was it?
That'd have been an easier clue, to be fair. Okay, let's rein it in, fellas. It could be a long one. Okay, first goal for our Norwegian guy. Taro, do you want to talk through it? Do you want me to talk through it?
What can I say? I think he's been one of our best players the last few games that he has played. Just looking at Darren there.
Come on. No, it's fine. Look, he had a decent enough game. He had a decent enough game. He's got better game on game.
Yeah.
He isn't the answer. He isn't the answer.
You say that now, Darren. I think we'll see it. I think he's going to get another couple of starts and he's going to bang the goals in now. You watch.
I hope he does, but
he's got something about him.
He's never going to be agile, or he's got the physicality. He showed that he actually had a touch on Saturday, and he brought players in. So, there's stuff there, but he's not going to be a prolific, unbelievable player.
Oh, do you know, I can't wait till he proves him Darren wrong. But anyway,
I hope he does. I hope he does. But look, he had a good game. I'm glad he got his goal.
His goal was a little bit had a bit touch of fortune about it. Obviously, but if you don't take your shot, you don't score. But
on that shot, if you look at it before it took that deflection, it was almost taking exactly the same line as Ali's was. That was arrowing towards that bottom corner, and I reckon that would have gone in anyway. But it took a deflection and went in.
And then obviously, sorry, Steve, I was just still talking.
No, that's all right. No,
but then what's going to say as well, he got an assist as well for, like you say, Nelson's goal as well. So
yeah,
for me, that's pretty good returns. I mean, I think it was last week we played Cardiff. I thought he was the only one up top that was actually making the movement. He was, he was direct with his movement. He was fairly quick as well for a big guy. And I think if you get some more minutes in this guy and he gets another couple of goals, I think he'll fly. I genuinely do.
I just think with that, we just need to be careful. We don't get carried away. Poor Burton fans, if they're listening, they are awful.
Yeah,
they're League Two. But he's done it there. But
against Cardiff, though,
if
he was creating himself some chances, probably had one with movement.
Okay, but when he gets goals and assists against the top teams, and he's doing it regularly, then fine, I'll sit here and put my hands up.
The only thing I will say, the only thing that doesn't really, strike me with a lot of enthusiasm about him is off the ball work. He doesn't really offer a lot off the ball, I've noticed.
What do you mean, like pressing the defence?
Yeah, he doesn't really move a lot. He just does stick to one part of the field, doesn't he? That's what I feel like he does. That's the only thing I have noticed. That must be, obviously when Bloomfield referred back to there's parts of his game that he needs to work on. He's not a finished article, blah, blah, blah. I think that's what he was talking about. I think going forward, attacking-wise, I think, he's got it all.
That could well be the case, Patari, but that sometimes there are strikers where they say we just want you between the posts, and just that part of the pitch, and if you think you've got Yates running around doing pressing,
number 10s as well,
and then you got or Naki Wells coming on, it needs a similar sort of player for hassling. Maybe they want to maintain shape by saying you just stay between the posts.
Maybe, yeah. Obviously, obviously in the past, obviously we had strikers. And obviously the strikers we had were meant to press and whatever else, obviously under Edwards, Jones, whatever else.
Yeah, well, look what we've done.
Maybe,
but look what we've done to Colton Morris. We just turned him into an advanced defender. He was doing all the work possible.
True.
And he forgot how to score for us. And how to be in those positions. So that's what we've done to him. So maybe that won't happen again.
We had a second chance. You sort of touched on it earlier, Steve, just after the goal, a little bit later when Yates at the back post for the cross from Ali. And really, you'd expect your striker to put that one in, wouldn't you?
It stinks of someone that's sort of low on their total belief because he's...
Or desperate to score
and
maybe, trying too hard, maybe.
Yeah, whichever. Yeah, you're trying to be too deliberate in that. But it's frustrating because I said when that goes in, there's going to be more from him and that. But you've got to put them away.
And Zach Nelson, Darren hitting the post. That was a tremendous shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Like I say, and that's what I think we've been missing this season a little bit, is that shoot, Sometimes there's a right time to shout that and sometimes there isn't, but we just haven't been taking those pop shots, and that old saying, isn't it? If you don't shoot, you don't score. And it just felt like they've been told just every now and then, have a go, mix it up. And that was one of those. He picked it up, took a couple of strides, I think, and hit it. And actually, you often see those hit the inside of the post and go in, and it's so unlucky. But it's great to see that,
great,
But things like that then lift the team, lift the crowd, And
did we score pretty much after that? Was it after that chance?
Yeah, it was.
It
would have been Nelson having a shot against the goalkeeper, rebounding out to Ali, and then Ali's strike. And if you've watched the slow-mo version of this goal, it's tremendous. He hits it really, really well.
Hits the right on the corner.
Sweet spot. Great goal. You can't take anything away. The goalkeeper was nowhere near it. And his celebration, I just want to say, if you've seen the slow-mo celebration, have you seen the little girl behind it? She's like,
no, I haven't seen this.
Honestly, the look on it was it a girl? Little guy in the back. Little guy in the back.
Little brother and sister, and she turns to him.
Go, oh, it's amazing. But the goal was, and we know Ali can do this.
But how refreshing that he hit it. He didn't check back. He didn't, recycle. He just ran onto it and hit it.
It was on his weaker foot as well, wasn't it? Was that his left?
It was his left foot.
Yeah, it was his left. It was his left foot. But yeah, I mean, again, when we've spoken about him last season, we identified that he can go either way past play. Yeah. He's a very two-footed player.
He likes to cross on his left, doesn't he, quite a lot? Likes to basically face him, go in and basically cut straight out, racing down the line. And
hopefully that will, sort of encourage him as well. We just need to get him further up the pitch.
Yeah.
He's
not a wing back. I know we've had this discussion with Taro. He's not. No. And I'm sure Bloomfield probably wants to play his three up top, so Ali will be the left forwards, and he can do all his damage up there. But with the players we've got, and hopefully I can see you writing stuff down, Steve. I don't know whether it's changed while we've been talking. I wonder whether this transfer window we'll lose some defenders, build up on forwards, and we can maybe Bloomfield's going to try and change shape. We'll talk about it later.
Obviously, another thing I noticed Saturday as well, it was very all-out attack, wasn't it? So I think it was you had the three centre halves, and then apart from that, all the rest were attacking players. Obviously, other than really Saville, because obviously you had Kadua, right wing back.
That's what I said. Yeah, you're right, because Saville was playing on his own, and that's what I'm saying. Nelson and Clark were in front rather than alongside.
It was almost like everyone was bombing forward, other than you say like the three defenders really, even though they were still part of the play.
Interesting, Naismith didn't start.
Well, do you find that interesting or surprising? Because I thought his last couple of games he's been a little bit off it. Yeah. He's been a bit off the pace, and especially at game against Cardiff. I didn't think he was there.
And to be fair, like you say, you look at the team, the three centre halves were McGuinness, Makoso, and obviously Longwyke. Longwyke, whatever.
Yeah. Nigel. We're calling him Nigel in the podcast.
And to be fair, I don't think he's done too bad either, Nigel. I think he's done all right.
Big, strong lads.
And to be fair, he's been playing right back, right wing back, left wing back, centre half. And he's done a solid performance every single time, I think.
Second half, is it fair to say Burton had to come out, didn't they? Had to come out and try to get a goal. So they did start quite brightly, but it didn't last that long, Steve. And you want to talk about our third goal, because you said how brilliant it was, because it was literally, what minute was it? 59, so 14 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I think it might have started with Saville making a tackle.
I want to say, actually, sorry to interrupt you, but Saville had an excellent game too.
He's just quality. He just goes about his business quietly. The amount of times he wins the ball in a tackle, lays it off. If he's got the time and someone's making the run, he's able to make that pass as well. But he's quite understated, but you're going to do the job.
The ball went out. I was on the side in the seating, and the ball came over towards us. So Saville's gone over to. I think it was a free kick near the end, and the ball rolled out the side. Saville's walking towards us, and you just look at him. He looked like he'd been in a war. Do you know what I mean? His leg was strapped up, his shirt's all over, and he looked at us, and he just puffed out his cheeks, and he's that sort of knowing nod. And he was like, "We've got this, lads." Yeah. And I was like, "You go in the trenches with that fella."
It kind of reminds me a little bit of a higher quality version of Jonathan Smith from back in the conference. Yeah, it was conference, wasn't it? Obviously, Jonathan Smith, I'll be honest, I used to really rate him.
Yeah. No,
technically, he wasn't the best player, but oh my God, off the ball, Christ, the amount of work he put in.
Yeah, no, he was good for us. But
I'm surprised that he didn't have his little cardboard thing up saying, "Can I have your shirt?" Oh no, sorry, not the green one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, can I have your white shirt, please? Yeah, but
Best.
But when the ball went to Clark, he was way over, right on the edge of the pitch, and there was two Burton players. And he'd done a roll over with his right foot, and then immediately sort of on with his left. Nordas was making a good run. The timing of the pass and the pace of the pass was really great. And then, as I say, Nelson was just bowling into the penalty area, demanding the ball, both arms up, and that tells me that he now feels that he belongs. Some young players think, they'll just ease their way in it. He was demanding that ball. I thought Nordas held the ball up to a really, really good moment. Yeah. And it was right in front of us where we were standing. We couldn't afford seats, for Christ's sake. So right where we were standing, and his feet were so good because he had to get through two defenders, and then he calmly just put it away. And I thought
tight angle as well, wasn't
it? That was great.
And again, this directness. So Nordas gets played in down the line. But he doesn't play that. He ran. He went
was
on the
coming
angle
infield,
and went straight to the goal.
Yeah,
I've only got one thing in my mind. I'm not going to check. I'm not going to go out wide, cross it. I'm going for that goal.
Yeah. As I say, it was just nice because some of the passing you could even say with Ali's goal, there was some lovely pass and movement to force because Nelson had a shot that the keeper saved. which came out to Ali, who and he put it away. So we've complained about the quality of the passing. Saturday it was better, so we were getting phases of play rather than such broken up, disjointed stuff.
At 3-0, game's gone, done. Get there with a clean sheet, which we've done. Congratulations on that. I'm really pleased with the clean sheets.
And Keeley had stuff to do.
He had to make a couple of decent saves.
Late on, when that guy hit it, I said that's in. And he really, that was a great save. That was someone really desperate to keep a clean sheet.
If you watch the Burton Albion review, I wish I could remember their group name. It was a really decent, well, they were a bit drunk at the start with, but when they had that shot, his first thing was said, "Oh, what a save." He didn't say, "What a great shot." He said, "Oh, what a save." And it was a brilliant save. And we're thankful for that. That's our biggest away win since December 2022 when we beat QPR.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
Wow.
When that was a Doughty goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, very early on in Rob Edwards' time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we've just won 5 of our last 8 away league games, which allegedly is as many across our prior 42 matches. So we are on the up at this point.
I think we alluded at the start of the season, though, that we're likely to get more joy away from home.
Yeah, and because people, we know that we can sit back a little bit and then push on, but it was just pleasant to see that the game was done and we bossed it, really. Yeah. And whether it's Burton Albion or not, we need to do that again. Did that performance, for any of you, did it change your opinion, a little bit more optimistic about how we're going to get on this season?
No, because this is really what I was hoping for and expecting. I wasn't necessarily more down with some of the previous performances because it's blatantly obvious that the team is nowhere near what we want it to be, whether it be personnel or fitness-wise. So, that was just a flicker of what it can be and hopefully what it will be. So it's not maybe more, excited about it.
I think I asked the question because, maybe not around this table, but, around the club, around the social media, around other podcasts, and everyone's a right for their own opinion, but it's been very, very negative. Like, we're not going to get anywhere with this manager. We're not going to do this very well with these players. They're not playing in their positions. For goodness sake, does this performance go, do you know what, actually, the manager does know what he's doing. The players are playing for the club, and we're going to push this on.
Well, you still have some people out there, wouldn't you, that are never happy, never satisfied. But like I said last week, gents, I don't know if you boys listened. I had a little whinge, obviously.
Why would I listen to something that I'm not in?
Yeah, well, true. Yeah. So selfish, Steve. Self-centered again, mate. Do you know what? Just get out. But anyway, like I said, I had a little whinge last week. I got a bit emotional about it. And I do feel like these people that are criticising, like you say, you can have an opinion. But to criticise a manager who has not done a bad job whatsoever, and a team that is in transition, like we say, 4 clean sheets out of 6, but yet people still moan, and 2 points a game.
Yeah, but it is.
Is that not good enough?
Yeah, but it is people's rights to see things differently and to moan about it.
Yes, no, of course it is.
In your opinion, they're wrong, but in their opinion, you are wrong. And it's just opinions.
But Steve, what I will say is though, right, is 2 points a game not good enough though, at any standard level?
It should be enough.
This is what I'm saying. If any manager, even probably Pep Guardiola, if he was getting 2 points a game probably for the first, 10 games or whatever, right. When, actually, that's a bad example.
Maybe people are moaning at the performances and some of the disjointed displays.
I think that's part of it. And I got called out, and I'm going to kick myself because I didn't look his name up before I came on, and I'll try and check his name next time. Look, I had a little bit of a text conversation on our YouTube channel after the Bradford game. And I was really down after the Bradford game because we'd just driven 6 hours to go and watch that. So I was a bit caught up in that. And I did get called out. We had a good little conversation on the YouTube thing, and thank you for calling me out on it. And ironically, I'm not back on for a couple of weeks, but ironically, I was one of those ones. I think when I was on holiday, I messaged you, Dave, about the Cardiff game. I didn't think we were that bad against Cardiff.
Missed a couple of sitters.
And do you know what?
And if it wasn't for a goalkeeper, we would have scored.
He was unbelievable. And I guess what was the point I was going to make? Yeah, you talked about the goal and you put me right off. But you're one goal away from. You draw that game and suddenly everything's looking completely rosy by the Bradford game. So I think looking at it at 6 games in, overall we're fine. Look, Cardiff, we haven't hit the ground running. We're not the finished article. By all accounts, Cardiff are pretty happy how they are at the moment. Right. We only just lost.
Yeah, I mean,
so we're okay.
I thought that they played better than us, but I thought we created enough very good chances. Yeah. You know, I think Wells missed an absolute howler. He almost didn't connect with the ball.
Is that when he tried to volley, scuffed into the ground?
Yeah, exactly.
But going back to the original question that you were saying about Dave, I'm with Steve. We can't base it off the Burton game. We can't.
No, they're bang average.
And they are. I think they're worse than that. And I think you're right. I think Peterborough are one of the worst teams in the country in form at the moment.
Oh, God,
but Peterborough are better than Burton. You know, so we can't get too caught up yet because we've played a couple of really
another thing
teams
as well, right? Wimbledon, like I said last week, I believe it was AFC Wimbledon. Everyone was saying, "Oh, we only just beat them. It was a shocking performance." This and that. They've turned a couple of teams over this season already. They're doing all right. Like I said, is that still a bad performance really for the first game of the season? It wasn't a great performance by all means. I'm not saying it was. If you look at it, we still beat them 1-0, but yet they're hard to beat. So I'll take that first game of the season, a disjointed team.
Well, you take the points, but you also look at it and think we weren't going to score that night.
But would you worry though, looking back on it after like 2 games, like after? Would you look back and worry?
No, because everyone knew it was nowhere near the finished article. But you hope that pre-season is used in a way that come the first real game. You are a lot nearer to the finished article. But maybe that isn't possible with this stupid bloody transfer
as well.
window.
As I say, it's a squad going ins and outs and whatever else. It's a tough one, but I'm happy, by the way, just to let you know.
Well, it's good. We're in a good position on the table. We have opportunities to push forward. Coming up, we've got some decent games that we would hope that we're going to win. So our question really was, I think we wanted to really ask, about the negativity. So maybe we should have changed the question just a little bit. But we said after the performance of Burton and the result, are you feeling a little bit more optimistic about our chances this season? John says, it's one game, let's not get carried away. Burton didn't offer too much. Good result, but let's see that result and performance consistently in September and October before we get too excited, which is a fair comment. Kev says, it's funny how some fans are all doom and gloom one game and thinking we'll be promoted the next. We're clearly still very inconsistent for now. So I'm firmly in the John Still, never too high, never too low mentality.
And this is what I was saying last week about certain people that I've seen on social media. 1 minute, praising the hell out of it all, and then all of a sudden it's like, the worst thing ever. But yeah.
Old Luton shirts, 100%, he says. Played 6, won 4, and we haven't really got going yet, so relax. Kai says, being at the top is still relatively achievable, seeing we're only 6 games in. Maybe if we looked in a couple of months' time and it was a similar position, we'd be in a playoff or auto fight. Still early days. And Mark said, I've always felt optimistic about the season. It was going to take time for the players to gel. It's still too early to judge where we are, but give it another few weeks and I expect us to be top 6. Now, one of the things that's really going to put us in that situation is the transfer window that's just closed. And it's changing all the time. I can see Steve scribbling some things down. So let's talk about the stuff that we know straight away. And some of the outgoings. I mean, obviously, Thais Chong went to Sheffield United. Tom Holmes has gone to Rotherham.
Has he?
Yeah, and Steve's. What are you saying, Steve?
Cauley Woodrow has joined Wycombe Wanderers on loan till the end of the season.
And Cauley's gone, but that was the worst kept secret ever with regards to their social media, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He looked thrilled in the picture, didn't he?
Yeah. Did you see the pictures earlier this morning as well, where he was with a couple of Wycombe players as well?
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Tom Holmes, that's, again,
Tom Holmes understandable.
It's a fine move for him. But it is, depending on what else might come out.
So far we know that obviously McGuinness has gone.
Has he?
Yes, he's gone to Sheffield United.
And the club have confirmed that?
Club have confirmed it. Wow. Surprisingly enough,
because he was up for Ipswich as well.
McGuinness has gone to Sheffield United.
Yeah, for an undisclosed fee.
How much are we recouping out of that 10 mil apparently?
Well, he's gone to join Chong and Ogbenny, hasn't he?
So Ogbenny?
Yeah,
is he on there?
Yeah.
So did he go there today?
Today on loan.
Yeah, on loan.
Luton Town be up there at this moment.
They've played for and lost for. They're just chucking everything at it to not do what we did.
They'll probably get relegated.
To be fair, they're trying to do what we.
Okay, so here we are right now. Okay, we have let go Holmes and McGuinness.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are now really light on central defenders.
So they're talking...
And what is one of the key areas where we've had an injury crisis the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
This is going to come back and bite us on the arse
100%.
if someone doesn't come in.
Mengi is obviously in talks apparently with someone. Whether it's true or not.
With
is it Burnley, is it?
Yeah.
And even if he stays, I think he's out for a little while longer, isn't he?
He's back training.
Oh, he is back training.
Yeah, so he should be back after the international break.
Yeah, again, Mads Anderson, another one as well.
But this is, Mads out and he's injury prone.
I mean.
But I just wonder, I said to you, Steve, before we started recording, I just wonder whether they're worrying a little bit less because they're aiming to change shape. He's aiming to do his 4-2-3-1.
Hopefully, eh?
Do you know what I mean? That's what I was saying, sort of, letting defenders go, trying to bring in more attacking players to change shape. He doesn't want to play the 5.
Okay, so what central...
Chidoze as well.
Yeah, but what central defenders have we got as we speak at this moment? We've got Makoso,
Naismith,
Longvic,
Mads and Mengi.
Yeah, so
Chidoze as well, who's now coming to the fold.
Yeah, Mengi, who's not fit at the moment. Naismith, he got dropped. We're going to leave ourselves short. Yeah. This is going to come back and get us.
I'll be honest, like I'm going to say it again as well with Mengi. I think if anyone wants him, I think he's the first one we should be getting rid of.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you'd rather Mengi.
I'd rather Mengi to be gone.
I mean, to be fair, McGuinness at Bradford was shocking. He wasn't fit. He wasn't well. But he on Saturday he looked, he looked more like himself.
He's a solid player. Obviously, I know I got a bit last season. Obviously, I argue my point about McGuinness, but I still think he's a good centre half.
But what does this tell you from the club? Obviously they need to recoup money. We're trying to bring the wage bill down, but at the cost of possibly not getting promoted.
So we not got a big parachute payment coming in again.
But do you know what I mean? Like, do we need the money that bad that we? Surely the money you're going to get from getting promoted, the difference of what you get paid in League One to Championship is massive.
Mm. You'd like to think that the money they get for selling players is put back into the squad. That's what you'd like to think.
That's what you would like to think.
In the past, that hasn't happened.
No, of course.
That hasn't happened. So you'd like to think
we were told it was going to be an aggressive transfer window.
Well, so far...
and we've all...
It's been more like a seesaw, isn't it, really?
Well, yeah, but we've all said that these people out needed to have happened. Maybe not McGuinness because he hasn't been here so long.
I think the McGuinness one is quite surprising. That's just come about earlier today, didn't it? Or maybe late last night.
I'm a bit gutted about that.
And it was like, where did that come from? But you've also got to remember, agents have a massive say in where their players go. They turn them on. They turn him over. Mengi, I don't think Mengi wanted to be here since we got relegated.
No,
he's
absolutely
not wanted to be here. So if he goes, I don't think it's a really big miss. And good luck to him if he gets that contract confirmed at Burnley. Good luck to him. I hope he does well, and hope we have a sell-on clause as well.
Well, but Man U are on 40% sell-on.
But I'm sat here hoping Steve's going to scribble down some ins in a minute.
Yeah, because it's quite concerning now, isn't it?
Nothing yet.
But then saying that, like you say, it could be the whole thing of getting the whole media side of everything done. We could be waiting until maybe 9-10 o'clock tonight, waiting to see if we actually signed.
Yeah.
Because there's no way we're letting certain players go without.
You can do business.
Them.
You can finish your business after the 7 o'clock deadline. You've got a couple of hours to do that.
Yeah, so it's paperwork stuff. Isn't it?
That will be done. Unless you want to talk about ins, Shaden Morris from Aberdeen. I generally don't know nothing about this guy, but you probably do.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I mean, it's more, I started looking into him more, obviously, when we got linked with him, I think 2 months ago. I know was it Aberdeen? So I'm pretty sure he got their player of the season, and he only started about 11 games, didn't he?
He did get their player of the season.
So that's a mad little thing for you, isn't it?
He looks. I don't know anything about him, but he looks rapid.
He's rapid,
and again,
he's direct.
Bloomfield. What did he do at Wickham with his free up front? He wants fast players. Yeah. So maybe this change of shape. Maybe this,
he's quite a strong boy as well. I've watched a lot of. I mean, like I said, I have seen him play obviously before, but I never really took notice obviously because when he'd be in the squad, I wouldn't know who he was or whatever. I've looked at a lot of highlights.
It's interesting.
So direct.
It's interesting. You were saying about Asgard and the level of the Scottish Premier League and where it's at. So
that's the only thing that is. But then he was at Fleetwood before that. I remember him doing it at Fleetwood as well. League One, like I say, never seen too much of him. I'm not going to pretend to know too much about him, but I've done my research on him. He looks, if he can perform like he did in the Scottish League or Fleetwood, then he'll be all right.
This has been a big
Sorry.
Steve, listen live to the transfer news.
Press the wrong button. Sorry, lads.
Is there more transfer news, Steve?
No. He's just watching the video back of himself.
Yeah. Well, as long as actually, I don't know what video of himself it is.
Ethan Archer from Cheltenham is a very promising winger, according to all the reports we've seen about him. Quite fast. We're loaning him straight back until January, but he came across really quite nice in his interview. If you've seen that, so. One for the future, but maybe January he comes in and gets in the team. We don't know, because if he's performing well at Cheltenham,
he could play centre back for us.
Well, he's only playing centre back, but we still got centre back, Steve.
Hardly.
All right, okay.
Oh no, that McGuinness one really hurts.
Yeah, the McGuinness one is such
hurts.
a shock that he's gone, but you have to shift some players if you're going to play. Pay somebody else to come in, and the one that I was thinking we'd hear about today was the rumours about your striker from Ipswich,
Al
Hamady.
Is this true, by the way? What I'm reading this bit of paper here. Luton have agreed a loan with an obligation to buy a $3 million. I saw a source saying that, but it wasn't like a confirmed source.
Was it not O'Rourke or someone like that?
Yeah, but it's not official. It's just
he's hardly ever wrong, though, is he? He's hardly ever wrong.
I mean, to be fair, if we can get that one in, then I'm very happy about that. Very happy. But then, like you say, we've got a lot of strikers now, haven't we? Jacob Brown's moved to someone else. Apparently broke down.
Bristol City.
Bristol City was it?
That is random.
Failed medical.
One day.
Was it though?
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, apparently it was. Yeah,
but maybe
So Luton said,
maybe he could be like Chong, who's injured, and then the next day comes on for Sheffield United.
Yeah,
who knows who's injured and who's not? Because
it's ball, isn't it?
Yeah, but
we just get told lies.
Well, it's not lies. You have to manage your squad if you're going to move them on. You've got to manage them.
No, it is a lie. Sorry, Dave. If you're telling us Chong's injured, and then he comes on the next day for Sheffield United.
Well, what do you expect him to say?
Well,
if he's not Chong's fit, but he's not in the game.
He's not in our plans
because we're selling him.
Just say he's not in our plans this weekend.
Yeah.
But I mean, Al Hamady, he might, if it happens, he might turn out to be great at this level. Really don't know, but I think the numbers aren't absolutely fantastic.
He's a bit of a unit, though. To be fair to him, he's a bit like more like a Carlton Morris. Would you say? Have you seen him play for Wimbledon before?
No, I saw him play earlier on this season for Ipswich, and missed a couple of quite good chances. So we'll see.
Jury's out.
Based on what I've seen, which is very little.
I mean, I remember him at AFC Wimbledon a couple of years back. I think that's where Ipswich got him from, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, he was smashing the goals for obviously AFC. Yes, at a lower level, I get that. Strong boy, young. I mean, how old is he now? 20? Was he 25?
No, I thought I saw 23, but
23. He's still a young lad, yeah. But
here's one for you, and from what you were saying a couple of pods ago, I would have expected, given the news about Baptiste, that we might just have a bit more of a playmaking midfielder come in as well, just to help Clark. If Nelson's now coming into the frame, at Walsh, I just thought there might be another playmaker because Baptiste is out for the season.
Because the thing is, as well, we're also reading reports that Fanny could be leaving as well, or whatever. I mean, I don't get it wrong. I don't think that is going to happen. I mean, I could be wrong. So I'm like, oh shit, it gets announced like in 2 seconds' time. But I'm not saying obviously I don't really, like I say, I know Lamina Fanny is like our player. Not really seen anything from him, if I'm honest.
No.
Don't know really what he offers. Until he plays a run of games and whatever else, then we'll find out. But to me, he's not a creator.
He'd linked to a team in Italy, so we'll see where that one goes, because we've still got a little bit longer to wait and see what all the final things are. We were linked. You talk about that creative midfielder. We were linked to Aaron Morley at one point. He plays the bottom midfield for Bolton, so maybe they were looking for that cover there.
He was the one we were. Phillips.
Adam Phillips. Is that Adam Phillips? The Barnsley guy.
Yeah, the Barnsley guy. Yeah, that would have been a good one, I think.
Yeah, he's not bad, to be fair.
With regards to the transfer window, it would be much more useful as a supporter for it to be pre-season, firstly, obviously. But if the thing closes at 7, I think all the deals should be done by 7 in my head, just so that we all know what's going on and we all know what's coming, and we know now what we can do. We have an international break when we play. We should have been playing Blackpool. That'll be a good time for the players to gel if anybody's coming in and trying to get them to play in a different way, if that's what we're going to do.
We might see a bit tomorrow.
I mean, the flip side of that is they would have been absolutely gagging for another league game after the Burton one. They'd have been right, bring on the next one. So a bit of a shame in that regard.
Yeah, and I don't know how Blackpool were doing, but it's one you.
I think they're like a bit on and off as well. I think they're mid.
So we're not sure if we're happy about this transfer window yet until we know all the ins and outs. And I'm sure if anything else comes up, we might just pop online and honestly, have a chat across the line against each other.
I'll be honest, I think I'm quite happy with the signings that we've made. But it's the strength and depth.
It's always the departures that kill you.
Certain things, like you said, the centre half region now, and the creativity in midfield is an issue. Strikers, I think we're all right. If El Hamadi as well, that's going to be a lot of options now up top. I think the wingers are sorted, obviously, with Maurice Kajura coming in as well. Obviously, we got him.
I think everyone was hopeful that Walsh was going to be more influential.
Yeah.
But that's not happened so far for him.
Well, it's time to step up then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if...
It's concerning, though, in regards to, obviously, Baptiste's getting out injured now, and I'm looking at that midfield a little bit. And if we do see another player exit the door tonight and we don't sign another midfielder, that's going to be our downfall as well, isn't it? Like you say, with the centre-halves, because it's the core of your team, isn't it? It's the spine, but...
okay,
I don't know. What's
the time? 8:24, 1 minute ago, Luton Town FC, Twitter, we aren't done it yet. Hatters. So we literally could be seconds.
Absolute tease.
Yeah.
Imagine we've re-signed someone like from like 10 years ago or something.
Why 10 years ago?
I don't know.
That would be a terrible...
I don't know.
That's a bloody terrible thing to do.
Andre Gray.
People always go on about ex-players and that, but there's some out there that you'd take. Jack stays there, James Bree coming down the right. I'd have Luke Berry back. Do you know? Like, we need something like that. Just go, yay!
Well, let's hope it's one we've already been linked to that we know is coming in. By the time you listen to this, you'll probably know who it was, and we'll probably talk about it next time we get together. So it's all now just waiting for the club. So we're not going to hang on too much longer, Steve.
No, just
need to go.
Wrap it up, mate.
Wrap it up. Well, look, next 5 fixtures, obviously Barnet in the EFL Trophy. That is a practice match as far as I'm concerned for players that haven't played. £5 a ticket though if you're not going. It's only £5 to get in, so you might want to go down.
Are you going, Dave?
No.
Old loyal Luton man over here. You know what I mean?
I'm in loyal Luton. Plymouth at home. That's a must-win for us. And just let's whack them out there. I'm going to say we're going to get a big win.
I was about to say Lincoln away.
We're going to get a massive win against Plymouth, boys. Mark my words. It's not going to be 3. It's going to be 4.
Okay.
4-0. Another clean sheet,
and then we can all take the mick out of Cleverley, isn't it? Remember Cleverley stand on the tables.
They got hammered, didn't they, as well? The other day, didn't they? Against Cardiff, was it?
Yeah.
Just give us your scores so we can wrap this.
Luton 2, Plymouth 1.
Well done, Bataro.
I'm going to go for a 2-0 win.
I'm going to go 3-0 Luton.
I hope you're wrong. I genuinely hope you're right.
You should have gone for a 4-0 again, man. Matched him. Not again, sorry. Matched Dave this week, should I say.
Yeah. After that, we've got Lincoln away, Doncaster at home, Stevenage away. Stevenage are flying high at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
And it's time just to go up there and just deal with them because in past seasons we haven't done that very well. Thank you for coming up. Thanks for listening for all this time. And if you got this far, thank you for listening. And if you've already, I'm going to ask you to sort of like and subscribe on all the channels that you listen to us on or watch us on. That'd be nice. Fellas, I'll see you on the next pod, whenever that is. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all again soon. Take care.
Cheers, people.
Cheerio.